It's track review time! And unlike the last track review I did, I don't have to beatbox me in order to do this one. Yeah, that's good. Thoughts Like Hammers from Enslaved off of their 2012 album RIITIIR, which will be coming out in the latter part of September for most of us. However, for those of us in North America, we're not going to see it till the first week of October. Kind of a bummer for us, but meh. It's one of those things. An extra week to wait means an extra week of anticipation. Now, the last time we talked about Enslaved kitties was whenever they won Album of the Year for Axoma Ethica Odine, which was a couple of years ago. Yeah, good times. Really good times. 2010 was a fantastic year for Enslaved. That was a fantastic album. And now Thoughts Like Hammers is our first official preview to what we can expect from RIITIIR coming in about a month and a half. That's fantastic. I'm really excited about this. Now, the first thing you're going to notice whenever you listen to this track, and there's going to be a link available for you guys to listen to it down in the description box, is that it's 9 minutes and 30 seconds long. Wow. That's a long Enslaved track. Or is it really? I mean, come on. It's longer than most. And let me tell you, this is one of those bands that really can pack a lot of things into one track and really make it interesting. So they're able to do that with this track as well. They're able to infuse in something that is extremely simple in the main riff, but also throw in the chorus, which has a lot of complexity to it, and they don't waste any time getting you on board. They get you and hit you with it immediately as the track begins. There's maybe a 1 to 2 second pause, and then pow! Right in your motherfucking face. I like that about it. If you remember the first track from their previous release, there was a little bit of a delay before it kicked in. It built anticipation. This one doesn't give you that opportunity. Instead, it just kicks you square in the face right whenever you press play. Now, there's a lot of keyboard action in this song as well, which is another great step. Something that they have done before, but this is something where it's almost like they listened to Opeth's heritage and decided, hey, let's try a little bit more of that and incorporate it into our own style, which is actually making them an even more dynamic band than they were before, which they were already pretty fucking dynamic beforehand, so yeah. They just keep adding new facets to their repertoire, and Thoughts Like Hammers really showcase that. They're able to bend the chorus and bend the typicalities of the first 4 minutes. And by typicalities, I mean it sort of is one of those verse, chorus kind of formulaic method. However, it's interesting in the way in which there are multiple layers operating at once, with also the influence of the keyboards and random little deviations that are thrown in there as well in order to make the track unique. But after that, whenever they get to that last 5 minute long stretch, they're able to change it up a lot. This song goes from anywhere to your traditional black metal idea to almost like psychedelic prog rock that you would hear from perhaps bands such as Pink Floyd, King Crimson, Opeth's Heritage, as I aforementioned, and then it really is just able to drive the point home, and they are a band that is showcasing further that they are not in need of the, I guess at this point, neoclassical idea of black metal, which is a weird term to use, the traditional idea of black metal in order to drive their point across and be seen as one of the best and tightest bands on the planet. They're able to mind bend you with the progression. They're able to mind fuck you with the psychedelic aspects that are infused in, and they're also able to just 100% kick you square in the balls with the intensity. Seeing this band live is almost required in order to understand the intensity that this band really is able to shed forth. However, they do their best to replicate that in the studio, and they do a fairly decent job at doing that. It's just the visuals of watching them play is just absolutely awe-inspiring. I can think in my brain as I'm listening to Thoughts Like Hammers, seeing Icedale, the little motherfucker that he is, just absolutely going to town, energetic as balls, flopping himself everywhere, just being absolutely ridiculous, while the rest of the band is showcasing their energy, maybe a little bit more static, a little less kinetic, but just into every single note. And this is a track that for 9 minutes and 30 seconds does not feel like 9.5, nearly 10 minutes. It instead feels closer to 5 minutes. It's almost like you're listening to a conventional Enslaved song, or even just a conventional progressive black metal song to begin with. It does not feel the length that it is. Whenever that happens, that is the trademark of a damn good song. Really excited for this album, guys. Really excited to review it. Is this potentially the year that we have a band win Album of the Year with 2 consecutive releases of theirs? We'll find out in about a month and a half.